Hello everyone and welcome to the Season 2 Amp Energy Racing Series from Concord Superspeedway. It'd be Fred Richer on the pole position with number 20 Toyota, Home Depot Toyota of Doug Clarence on his outside, and Herb Cilantro third, Harrison Filter fourth, and a sister track to this winner, MM Superspeedway and Concord, both 3.0 miles. Jerry Richardson won on that track. He would start fifth and then take an early lead crossing the line for lap 2. He won at M&M's, which is pretty much the same track as this, except it is darker pavement and I think it provides better racing. Caution mode would fly on lap 2. Harrison Filter gets squeezed into the wall with Austin Hack, Brian Hensler, and someone I could not see right there. But this would turn out to be the big one. That's Darian Manor in the 93 also there. And then everyone just starts to pile in after another wreck caused. As you see Jack Lucas Sampson barrel rolling down the racetrack. This is the helicopter view of what Samuel Martin got into. As Adams Lorno in the 38 slides up the track and hits him, and then everyone piles in. A lot of cars going upside down. Scary accident, everyone was over. This is Jack Lucas Sampson. Watch as he barrel rolls down the racetrack. This would certainly end his day. Almost everybody in this pack of wrecked cars would have their day be ended. Jerry Richardson in the 54 led on the restart, with Ross Lowry in the 29 restarting in second, I should say, and Frank Haxon making his return to the Amp Energy Racing Series in third. And as I just mentioned, he was making his return as Frank Haxon, coming back from his horrific wreck at Rattlesnake Point in race number 3. Rick Haxon subbed for him up into this race, and he is back and still locked in points, so Rick did a pretty good job subbing. Justin Pisani would sneak into second and close in on Jerry Richardson very fast. Remember, Pisani has the championship, but surprisingly, no win. That's like, you'd think it's impossible, but apparently it's not, as he would look for his first win today at Concord, but, well, he would take the lead for a few laps, and he had a pretty strong car up until he got wrecked. So, he would got to a not that big of a lead. Fredrich would start closing in on him, and then Michael Carter would eventually take the lead away from him in turns number 3 and 4. And lead the next lap, and Kyle McCartan would follow him in that number 6. Lenny Hillenberg making only his second start of the year. How that is, I don't know. But he's only making his second start of the year, and we're on race 10. He's attempted every single race, and definitely showing that he can compete. Although he hasn't had good luck all year in the qualifying races, and then he would dive down to pit. Different strategy than everyone, because everyone pitted a lap after him, and you'll see a wreck in the background. Kinson and Stephen Knight. This would bring a lot of controversy, as Knight just hooks him coming into the pits and screws them both out of winning, pretty much. That would not bring out the caution. This is onboard Lenny Hillenberg after the pit stops. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tiny speck that you could have seen heading into turn number 3. That was Michael Carter. He was out to a huge lead over Lenny Hillenberg in the 99 and didn't show any signs of slowing until lap cars got in his way. This would be Jack Walter, running 5th at the moment and picking his way through the field pretty slowly, as he'll go underneath Kyle McCartan and Sebastian Morris right here. But he is holding on to his points lead as of now, and sneaks his way into 3rd right there, and he's having a pretty strong run so far at Concord. A track where he usually does not perform well. Now you can see that tiny speck has gotten a little bit bigger, as Lenny Hillenberg gets some draft from Sebastian Morris, Jack Walter, and all those guys you saw that we just viewed. And he would start to reel in Michael Carter, but as you see, those caution lights are blinking yellow, so the caution would fly out. Lap 23. All 3 JN Motorsports cars will be involved in this one. Joseph Pisani gets into his teammate Nick Cazzoro gets slammed into by his other teammate, Christopher Cazzaro, collects Doug Clarence and Jerry Richardson in the process, as he will land upside down. This is looking at Doug Clarence in the number 20 Home Depot Toyota. He slams into the 61, then gets slammed into by the 54, and luckily no one hit him after that. Here's the view from the rear chase of Nick Cazzaro. He gets turned up the racetrack by his teammate and gets plowed into by his other teammate as, well, not a very good day for JN Motorsports, as they have one development driver in this race, Brian Hensler. You saw him, one of those cars in the big one. Aaron Fisher would lead them out of the pits and would lead on the restart with Michael Carter in second, Hillenberg third, and Morris fourth. Aaron Fisher has, I think he took strategy there, and he would get past very quickly, as you'll see on the going. Aaron Fisher has not had much luck in this series, just out of the top 25 in points, so he is not locked in, but he is showing that he still can compete with these Ayers drivers. Michael Carter would then, as I mentioned, would pass him, and he would take Lenny Hillenberg with him on the inside, heading into turn number 3. And these two would go at it for a pretty long time. You see Lenny Hillenberg passing him there, and this would be Jack Walter. Has some damage. We still do not know what happened, and well, that's not gonna help him at all in points, because, well, second in points wrecked, and third in points is in the top 5. So Herb Cilantro would then take the lead off of turn number 4, with Michael Carter following him and Brandon Oltz in the 84 following him. Morris would then take the lead coming off of turn number 4 and pull in front of Cilantro. And the bottom line, you see on the front straightaway, would catch up to these guys, but Cilantro would block him off and pass Morris once again, and he'll bring Ross Lowry with him. Cilantro would have to battle around, he would lead the field around Jack Walter, I should say, as point leader, not making drivers pretty happy, is definitely causing some rivalries right now. You would expect the points leader to be more, I should say, less aggressive as a lap car on the racetrack, holding up one of his points contenders right there. And while this was all going on, Lenny Hillenberg would take the lead away from Ross Lowry and Herb Cilantro. And then Kyle McCardinal, Rattlesnake Point winner, would take the lead away from Lenny Hillenberg, and he'll bring Sebastian Morris with him. And then Sebastian Morris would take the lead away from him. Jonathan Ringer is in a bit of a slump after 3 consecutive second-place finishes at the start of the season, and trying to get back on track, and he'll lead Tyler Deefer third in points at the moment with him. Bill Sabo is going to get in his way and allow Tyler Deefer in the 46 Fathead Ford to take the lead away from him down the back straightaway. But there's Lenny Hillenberg in the 99 Lowe's Ford. Definitely one of the strongest cars of the day, the 99. And definitely proving that he sure can race with these guys. And he would take the win. Lenny Hillenberg, only his second start of the year. Where has this guy been all year? I mean, why? I don't know why he wasn't performing like this in the beginning of the year, but definitely showing that his team is capable of doing stuff in the AERS. Sebastian Morris would finish second, Carter third, Ringer fourth, and Bibson fifth. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for Knox next week.